Salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to be back with you once again. For the second week in a row, we come to a Manchester United game where all of our rivals have ended up giving us an open invitation to getting a free pass of points. Badly needed, since the AFCON is going to take away 3 of our best players, but we've seen Liverpool capitulate, we've seen Chelsea capitulate, we've seen Arsenal capitulate. Hell, we even seen Nottingham Forest fall down to Everton. But I suppose all I can say is it is a pleasure to be back on this fine Monday evening, where I, as Manchester United go up against Wolves, also continue on with my Football Manager 26 save with Manchester United in of itself. So let's get to it. Let's make sure the crack is a 90. And once again, salutations, everybody. Panda, it is an absolute joy to have you in after we ended up getting to say hello to each other the last time. I hope your stream went absolutely fabulous after all of that. It's a pleasure to have you in. I can show you a bit of Football Manager 26, a bit different to EA FC now in itself. But yeah, we can see how it goes. Well, congratulations for it. I'm glad. There was good vibes coming from it before I ended up having to go to bed. The joys of having an Irish time and not being able to stay up for it. But it's a pleasure to hear that it ended up going well. I suppose the best I can end up doing for you as of this moment in time is return the love and give you a nice out shout out. Please, sound bit of crack when we ended up going over to them. Give them a follow, give them a like, give them an owl go. Gas bit of crack the last time we were talking to them. You're not moving in this clip. But it's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. I suppose we can give you a bit of an overrun on Football Manager before we continue on itself. It's far more of a simulator type game where you end up becoming the manager of X club and try to bring them up to brilliance, bring them up to relevancy, or just take over someone and bring them to where you want them to be. You can control the recruitment side of things through scouting departments and end up looking to see what type of players you want to... What is that? What's your bizarre clip? Where you can go and you can find out what type of players you end up wanting to get. You can recruit from all over the world or in your local vicinities. You can then end up in this new system creating a brand new squad formation and building the tactics for them. And of course, it's not bloody loading for me. Oh, trust me, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't really blame you. But it is one of those where if you like it, you'll end up getting into it. It's kind of like The Sims in that type of way. It can be calming. You can end up getting down to it. There's lots of details into it. Like, it gives you loads of stats and the whole lot for how players will end up playing in X position, Y position. Then you can end up formatting your tactics and how you want to end up putting them both in and out of possession. And then once you have yourself ready, you can end up going into a game and watching how your team ends up doing, inevitably failing to the random number generator, which is always a bit of crack. But what is your next foray, if you don't mind me asking? Are you streaming anything exciting in the upcoming future? Please let us know if you want to. As I set up the last tiny bits and bobs here. Overwatch, not too bad. It's never been a game that I ended up getting into. I just know that it's been doing a lot of collabs, and I know the Avatar collab is meant to be coming back soon enough as well. Would that be the type of thing you'd be interested in getting, or have you already gotten many of the Avatar characters when they ended up doing the collab in it? It's unfortunately something I haven't played much, if at all. I'm not big into my shooters, unfortunately. I just started playing it. Ooh, you came into it at an interesting time, my friend. couple of years in, the expectations are a bit lower on it. How are you finding the experience of starting with it? Because there's always a bit of a, is it too late to get into those type of games? Will my skill level be too small in order to actually be able to achieve anything type feel I have when I'm considering going into those type of games? But if I can do, after I end up finishing this, whenever you end up going live, I'll try and pop in for a bit and have a gawk at it anyway, my friend. And I should ask as well for yourself, Senior Duck, how's the crack treating you? It's a pleasure to have you in first. And I didn't notice that you brought up the Discord for me. That was an absolute pleasure, my friend. I just have the wonderful joy of an automated script that ends up doing it for all of the platforms that I'm on. So that's the reason why it ended up coming out. But pleasure to hear. I hope everything within your own life is going fabulous, my friend. Going spicy. I ended up getting my 10,000 steps in today, so I'm a happy man. Literally finished them before getting myself set up for this stream. And then at a gawk at the Manchester United team that was selected for this evening. And other than Joshua Zirkzee being dropped for Mason Mount, it is the exact same team that drew to West Ham. Which is interesting, considering I'd argue Joshua Zirkzee was the best player in that game. So it'll be very, very funny to see how they do tonight. But I think the actual funniest thing that happened over the weekend wasn't Liverpool fans losing their collective crap at the fact that they drew 3-3 to 19th place Leeds. I think the actual funniest thing was Real Madrid losing their collective handbaskets and getting 3 red cards versus Celta de Vigo. Because, like, you have to be thinking the doors are closing in mighty soon on Xavi Alonso. But other than that, I suppose, did you get up to anything exciting over the weekend? For myself, other than watching those couple of games, no, not really. I had a bit of a fun time watching one of the FA Cup games over the weekend there. I ended up going out for a meal, and I ended up watching I need to find the game so I can remember which one it was. I ended up watching the Blackpool versus Carlisle United. Watching 2 down the division teams play in the old school kind of raspy footage is interesting. It makes you feel like you're watching a game from 10 years ago. In general, though, Duck, I'm doing well. I had a bit of a celebration over the weekend for the birthday, which is tomorrow, by the way, but we'll see what ends up happening for that. I haven't decided what I'm doing for it yet. And we'll just see how the crack ends up going. What is happening with this game? I hate when they end up giving out a fresh update, because who knows what the hell ends up happening off of it. Well, thank you for that, my friend. Yeah, I hit the ripe old age of 30. I'm getting old. I have greys and creaks coming through every bone in my body. I'm not doing anything for it, so it's just a bit of crack. I might end up doing something different and potentially playing something like Kingdom Hearts tomorrow. You know, that is my favorite game franchise, so we'll end up seeing. But at the moment, there's no particular plans. King, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going sexy, my friend? I hope it is all a crack-a-lackin', as I end up saying. You're not going to get the fancy frosty tips or frosty tools because it's already been used, but I'll give you an out shout out there. Another fantastic streamer. Please give the bald Adonis himself a nice old follow if you can. One of the good ones. genuinely gasp bit of crack, does nice owl horror streams and other elements as well. Hence the reason why he keeps coming back into this stream. So it's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. Not too bad, Doc. Did you do anything exciting for it? It is a big one, to be fair. Okay, so we have them motivated going into this game, which is good. So we'll see how it ends up happening. Yeah, I suppose as you get older, it's hard to actually have plans and organize all that type of crap, but I'm glad I ended up going out over the weekend, just having a bit of crack with a couple of friends and family, and that was about the height of it. Oh, anytime, King. Sure, you're one of the good ones. I'm happy to end up doing it. Are you streaming tonight yourself, my friend? Okay. So we're here in Old Trafford. We're continuing with our more aggressive tree formation, and we'll see how it ends up going. Matty, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you in. Are you excited for the game this evening? I might later, I don't know yet. I have to clean up and prep for my Paranormal Wednesdays. Well, hopefully there'll be a good bit of crack. What are you doing this Wednesday for your Paranormal Wednesday? Have you made a decision on what game you're playing or what elements you're doing with it, my friend? I have to get into more paranormal stuff. I've recently downloaded Five Nights at Freddy's, so I need to give that a go at some point in time. I said I'd do it on stream. I had planned on doing it on Halloween, but it just fell through the wayside. So that might be something we'll do in the future. Potentially, Senior Duck, Wolves, but hopefully not. We're going over America's most documented haunting. Not too bad. The Bell Witch. Is there much of a difference between the Bell Witch and the Blair Witch? Or are both of them is that what the Blair Witch might be based off of? Because oh, Jesus, Willie, I'm surprised you were going to score an own goal there for a second. Okay, so we're in good control here, which is nice to see. What a pass by Mount. Oh, I wish he'd scored that. Big difference. The Bell Witch is pretty much a poltergeist. Interesting. The worst team in the Prem, Wolves. Yeah, statistically. One of the worst teams ever to be in the Prem as well. 8 games on the trot of losses, Maddie. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think the bigger thing isn't even the fact that they're worst team in the league. It's that he's played the exact same team as Wolves, just dropping Joshua Zirkzee, who was arguably one of the best players during that game. That's an interesting choice. And Aiden Heaven being on instead of Lenny Yoro is a choice in of itself as well. No, we're not Senior Duck. We're in Wolves. We're in, it's called the Molyneux, isn't it? Yeah, the Molyneux Stadium. We're in the Molyneux, so it will be a harder time due to that, but Wolves haven't been able to do anything at home for the last wee while. At the moment, Wolves at home kind of feels like Tottenham at home, where there's that kind of odd atmosphere around the spot where you don't really know what's going to end up happening. The audience could go 100% behind Wolves, or the away support could drown out the home support, which is odd, but the United away support is bloody amazing, to be fair. We cannot shoot at this goal for nothing. I don't mind dropping Zirkzee. We gotta get something different against these low blocks. I kind of agree. And like his hold up play was grand, and we needed a wee bit more. And as much as I hate the 3-10s up front, it has worked before in the past with Cunha as the striker with Mount on the back there, because Mount and Mbeumo can actually work together in order to end up getting it through properly. So I can kind of agree with you, Matty, but it'll be interesting to see. We'll know what the team is like within the first 5 minutes, which is good. Guys, we need you to actually shoot the ball. 8 shots, 2 on target, and the 2 shots that we've had on target have hit the bloody goalkeeper. It's not even funny. Oh, excuse me. Bielsa ball. Interesting. So what does that entail when it's at home seeing your duck? I was saying it earlier on. Did you watch any of the games over the weekend, Matty? I think having Heaven as the middle is a risk. And who else can you put there? Delict and Maguire are injured. So, yeah. Well, I would personally at the moment, Jesus, what a goal. What a goal. That is a bloody barn burner of a goal. You won't see a better goal in this game. Holy crap. Myself, I think Lenny Yoro is currently better than Heaven.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't one yet.
I suppose we'll see, yeah. But yeah, Heaven isn't the worst. God damn it, what can we do, too? We need to at least get a goal out of this. This is atrocious. Like, look at the match momentum in the whole lot. We're in complete control of this game. They get one bloody break and they score a goddamn goal from it. Oh, the shouts are in now. Okay, fair enough. I watched the Villa and Arsenal game and Leeds versus Liverpool. Great games to watch. The Leeds game at the end definitely was. And Liverpool 110% deserved to lose that game. It's a shame that they didn't. I think at the end of it there, the kind of final gasp that Leeds were putting in themselves would have been awesome if they had gotten the goal. But, hey, 3-3, put the candle in the works and we'll see what ends up happening. I do love the hypocrisy of Liverpool fans. Now, I can't say anything. United fans are just as bad when it comes down to it. But bloody Salah has been stinking out the spot for weeks. And the manager finally takes the position not to play him. Salah ends up having a hissy fit. And the fans are standing behind Salah and not the bloody manager. I suppose the manager has lost a bit of his credence with the fact that he's lost so many games. But I mean, at this point in time, is Salah not Liverpool's Cristiano Ronaldo? I know he's been there longer, but if he's disrupting the atmosphere of the club, if he's not performing to the levels that he needs to end up doing, is it not a point that he just needs to go? Arsenal look good, but don't look like a side that can win the Prem. It'll be interesting to see if they can. My big thing with Arsenal is Arsenal are a set piece side true and true. They don't, without Gyökeres on the pitch, they look like they cannot score at all. Marino is fairly good at it as well. He's much better than some of their options there. They'll be better if Gabriel Jesus comes back and is able to actually perform as a striker. You know, that'll help them quite significantly because that's their thing. They're missing a striker. Havertz can't do it. The only person that does it properly is Gyökeres, and it makes a massive difference when he's on the pitch. They don't look like they'd score from open play without him, to be honest. And that is such an unlucky own goal. I think both gone by the end of January. When you say both gone by the end of January, Duck, are you on about Salah and Slot, or are you on about something to do with Arsenal? You're just suffering from PTSD from the direct corner goals, Craic. Come on now. I mean, kinda. Maybe. I think Salah definitely will be gone. I think Salah definitely will be gone. I think you'll probably get rid of Salah in the first week. And I think by the end of the transfer window, Slot will probably be gone. But I also don't think he'll be the only one that'll be gone. I think Xavi Alonso will be gone from Real Madrid. I think Slot will be gone from Liverpool. I think there's quite a high chance Thomas Frank will be gone from Spurs. And I think there's quite a high chance Ruben Amorim will be gone from United. All by the end of January. Unfortunately, as annoying as that is. What's funny is I could see direct rotations happening there. I could see them leaving one and going to the other. I could see Xavi Alonso leaving Real Madrid and walking straight into Liverpool. By the way, what the hell? We have a 3.45. I noticed it too late too. I wasn't paying attention. Well, let's hope maybe in the last 2 minutes we can end up buggering something out of this. I doubt it though. Yeah, didn't think so. That's what I get for not paying attention. I don't think Amarin goes. If Slot and Xavi both go, I could see Xavi coming to Liverpool. Well, there's already a rumor that Real Madrid are lining up either Jurgen Klopp or Zinedine Zidane to replace him. There's already those rumors. But Madrid is a toxic spot to be at the moment. And my big problem is for Madrid. I think if Madrid sack... Ooh. That's an interesting tactic, Senior Duck. I think if Madrid sack Xavi, I think player power wins and you're starting the United effect. If I'm honest, if I'm Real Madrid, come January, I put Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. on sale for 100 million quid. Tell anyone, if you pay 100 million quid, you can have them tomorrow morning. And I'm sure I'm sure some team will come and do it. Bayern Munich would do it, or fucking PSG would do it, or ironically, I think PSG would go back and buy the tit again. But I'm sure some team would end up doing it. In fact, that could be an option. Do a direct swap, Liverpool for Salah. Salah for one of those two tits. You know? Do something like that, because honestly, player power will end up working out there and they'll go down the United route if they don't, in my opinion. But it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with us tonight anyway. The stats are saying there's a 50... Holy crap. The stats are saying there's only a 58% chance that United are going to win this game. With as bad as Wolves have been this season, a 58% chance in this game is chronic. That's actually semi-unbelievable. Like, I understand, but, like, crikey, that's... Anyways, once this loads, we'll continue on. Having some massive loading issues at this game today. How's your United save going, Maddie? That's nice that they have a new little graphic up there for the processing bar. It's a shame it's taken for goddamn ever. Senior Benny, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spicy, my friend? I hope the crack is treating you good. May it all be grand with you, my friend. I hope the out of the park went well for you the last day. I didn't end up getting a chance to properly come in and say hello. That was an abhorrently short clip. Anyways, Benny in general is one of the is a fine gentleman in of himself as well. Please, if you can, give him a follow. An absolutely wonderful individual. Great to end up coming around. Good for the conversation. Good for the crack, and you know, able to just come around it. Playing PSV in the Champions League right now. First in the Prem and only one loss was to Liverpool, unfortunately. Well, the joys of it. You're doing significantly better than I am this season because we keep bottling situations like this Brentford game. A 3.5 XG, and the only goal we got was via an own goal because we are absolutely crap. Sesko not performing right, Mount not performing right. Rashford ended up directly shooting at the goalkeeper. So what can you really do with it? Let's hope that the actual Manchester United tonight aren't as bad as I was in this particular game. You would suspect that even with as bad of a midfield as we have going into this game, that it actually is capable of doing something against a Wolves side that isn't performing good and is without one of their main players as well, which is another big element, I suppose. I'm having problems with Šeško and Xerxes not scoring. Højlund's my only striker that's scoring. It really depends on what ends up happening with that Napoli loan deal. Højlund can come back as an absolute monster if he ends up getting a good loan. He didn't for me, which was sad, but hopefully that'll end up changing in the near future. Now, I will say one of the things about tonight, too, is I think genuinely the Manchester United fans that are in the crowd there will revolt if Amran decides to do what he done the last time and give Manu 4 minutes. If he gives Manu 4 minutes, I think the fans in that ground might revolt. I probably would. Like, in this game, he doesn't seem great, unfortunately, which is sad. Like, I only recently found out that he's bloody 6'4". He doesn't look at IRL. Like, it's funny too. If we win this game IRL at the moment, we go up to 6th. From 12th to 6th. That'll tell you how tight the league is at the moment. And whether that's a showcase of how, and as I said before, a showcase of how good everyone else is doing or how bad the league in general is doing is a different conversation. It's also because it's only 14 to 15 games in. Yeah, but the middle of the table has never been this tight at 14 to 15 games, Benny. Like, I know Wolves are the only team that are in single digits, but at the same point in time, like, it's very rare in the Premier League for the mid to top to be that tight. Oh, no, you're right. Like, obviously that's a bit hyperbole. It's been tight before, but I think you know what I mean. Like, it's bonkersly tight. You'd expect there to be more of a gap. Obviously, the only team with a gap is Arsenal, and they're trying everything they can to throw it away as well. Well, you would be thinking it'd be Arsenal at this point, even though they are screwing themselves. Yeah. I mean, there is another month to end up going through. There's still another plethora of games. It's just unusual for it to be this tight. It is like, I am being a bit hyperbolic, but it is still kind of unusual to see it like this. But I also think that the more the season goes through, the more my original opinion that it's not a case of the bottom getting good, it's a case of the top getting significantly worse is true. Now, that might be me trying to pop up my own bloody bias, but I'll happily do it. But I can agree. I can only think of one thing that's tighter than the Premier League table at the moment. Hey, you're not meant to be looking at my wallet, Senior Benny. Oh, and Buemu, what are you at? God, and Buemu's hit the United curse, hasn't he? Where you were a fairly decent player before you joined United, and then you're just bloody a shadow of your former self the minute you put on our shirt. He's not bad, but like, crikey, he's nowhere near the way that he was. Also, what is taking this game's loading time? Holy crap, guys. What did you do with this update? It's not even bringing up the bloody saves, right? Give us a second. Well, that would be one of the reasons. Why is it doing that? Okay. Give us a second. Was you? Was you? Okay. No team looks clear and above anybody else. I haven't had any problems with loading, but your database might be bigger than mine. That's true. 19 teams look clear of Wolves. That's about it. Yeah, that's kind of my viewpoint on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my viewpoint on it. It could also be something with my system. The game does tend to have a bit of a finicky feeling with my system as well. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so that's... We'll just let her load in the background there, and bloody when she loads, she loads. If I need to do a reset of it, I'll do a reset of it in a minute. Wait until you watch this United game. You'll be saying 18 teams. Well, potentially, with the way we play. We aren't that bad, but at the end of the day, you never know. Genuinely now, I've gotten to the point where I just don't assume anymore. Okay. Okay, so we can do this. Oh, joys. We are just super inconsistent. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to end up getting. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing with us. But hey, at the end of the day, you just go what you can. Like, we're not a bad team. We're just 100% form based. And I might be wrong on this by quite a substantial margin. But I genuinely think at this moment in time, it's more of a situation with us that I don't know why, but these players don't look fit. I don't know why. I don't know why this continues to end up happening. They don't look fit. So many of them just don't look fit. And it's actually kind of concerning. I don't think our medical team is working correctly. It's the only excuse I can end up giving. Genuinely, because it seems that way. We seem slow. We seem lethargic. Like, maybe that's the coaching. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me. But, like, our passing is slow. Our movement is slow. Our abilities are slow. It's kind of shocking. Kind of like this game loading. Okay, I'm going to try doing a reset on it and see what ends up happening. And if it continues to do this, we'll end up swapping over to something else, but continue to be live for the game. This is only Adrian Heaven's 4th start. Huh. Well, fair play to him. I also really like this black kit. Deloa should do a hell of a lot better in that moment. It's like they're going through the motions. It's like they're starting to learn how to do football. I mean, it very much could be that. It also really, really, really doesn't help that there are a lot of players playing out of their normal position. Deloa is not a left back. He played as a left back in his early 20s during his developmental days and then spent 5 years as a right back. He's not a left back and he's playing as left back. Adrian Heaven is not a center defender. I know there's a difference between a center back and then a center back, you know? He's not that. So none of these defenders are used to defending positions at the bin. That's not what they've done before. Bruno's not a midfielder. Casemiro's the only one that's in his right position there. Brian Mbeumo wasn't really a cam, but like can play it. Cunha was a cam and it's fine, but now he's playing as a striker in this game. And Mount with Chelsea, he's been injured for 2 years, so he doesn't know what the fuck he's playing, you know? So I think it's an unfortunate situation as well that very few of these players are playing where they originally want to. Like, look at this today. Mazraoui is a right back playing as a centre back. Luke Shaw was a left back playing as a centre back. Like, we have everyone out of position as well as everything else. Which, if it works, it works. I have to say, we haven't been too bad in this first 10 minutes. It could be why they look at that. It could be. Now, here's the other big thing about that. As a professional footballer, surely you should be able to play almost any position on the pitch. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten to the point where you're a professional footballer. Yeah, you mightn't be at the highest level of where everyone's coming down to, but you should at least be at a better position than how we're doing on average. Unless football really is that rhythmatic and you have to follow by the principles of you know, you get into a flow of things, and if you're not in the flow, it doesn't end up working, you know? You know, funnily enough, I wouldn't mind him because he's 6'5", but that's also not really the point. Like, obviously, goalkeeper is the exception. I've turned around and I've said it before. The two most important positions on any football pitch are the striker and the goalkeeper, because you need someone that'll end up scoring your goals, and you need someone that'll end up saving them. Otherwise, absolutely anything else in theory should be possible to be done by anybody else. In theory. Obviously, you want your specialists, but, you know, in theory. All other 8 positions on the pitch should, in theory, be, you know, be completable by someone else. Okay, hopefully this reset will bloody make it better. I wonder how much fire will be in Cunha's ass to make him feel like a good player today as well. Because that'll be another conversation to be had. Because we'll see that fairly quick. I'm going to say something controversial. United's best player on the pitch at the moment has been Diego Dalot. God, some people are dry shites. Wolves has made as many dirty challenges today, too, as they have points all season. Some people are incredible jokesters. I mean, I don't think they've been that dirty. Maybe I'm wrong. I am of the opinion that the game's lighter than it should be anyway, so Okay. Will you work okay for us this time? That was a very bad clearance by Mazraoui. Let's be fair, I am a minute behind. If a goal happens, do bloody chant away anyway, Maddie, but you know yourself. Now, that seems to be better. Or don't feel like you have to. If you want to give a comment, do as well, because as I said before, it's good for me because it means that I have a comment to end up looking at. I can pay more attention to the actual strike and give an actual proper opinion on it and the whole lot. We decided the last day too we're going to go in for this buck. I've gotten into a real... it's one of the reasons why it's playing in the background. I've gotten into a real trend recently of listening to just old school blues or remixes of blues music. Maybe it's me getting old, but there's something to the way that blues is done is unbelievable to me. Okay. try and go with that. Good. Okay, so we have our Casemiro replacement anyways for when he ends up pissing off. Well, yeah, no one was going to end up spending 95 million quid on him. It's nice to see Le Mans actually taking control of the box as well, like shouting at Adrian Heaven, moving him into the position that he wants him to be in. I like that. I like seeing that type of control from a goalkeeper, especially when English isn't his first language. Ball's way out. I will hear too, one of the interesting things that happened with United, and more signs that just the randomness of crap is happening behind the scenes. Johnny Evans is after stepping down as the loan and recruitment loan manager. So yeah, he's gone from being the loan manager now. Johnny Evans is gone from there, which is bonkers when you think about it. 6 months, and the excuse is that he wants to spend more time with his family. Maybe that is the reason. To me, that screams I wasn't good enough for the job and they want to give me an out. Okay, so 4 needs to be replaced. I think it's just 4. Good. Doggo is back. Good. Okay, so we'll go with Patrick Doggo instead of Rashford. Ahmad's not back yet. Sesko performed bad in the last game, so we'll give Camarada a start. Ferguson there. We're going to go Angelo Stellar on, and we're actually going to put Manu where Mount is. And we're going to go Ilya, Yoro, and Delict, and then Dennis in goals. Okay? So this should be an okay team. It doesn't really matter if we win against Spurs. We're already qualified for the next version or the next round of the Champions League. So thankfully, this doesn't matter that much. I suppose with that being the same account, we will do something for Mbeumo. So yeah, we'll swap Mbeumo with Mazraoui. Looking for Manuel Ugarte. There. Oh, he's tired. Never mind. I figured he was in that last game. Okay, let's go into this. In Heaven and Obi. I thought we'd moved both of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, fair enough. And 9. Cool. So, should be fine now. It's so annoying when people aren't there for the cutbacks. But hey, we're doing well now. We're setting ourselves up. Get ready for this. Ugh, Bruno. I think Bruno's become McTominay in the midfield. Loads of side passes and moments of brilliance that hide an incredibly bad performance. Maybe that's being too mean on him, but I don't know. So Torino are 2-0 up versus AC Milan. That's an interesting result to end up hearing. The sad thing is, we look definitely the stronger of the two teams. But we also don't look like we'd score in a month of Sundays. I was just thinking that. Why are our guys not getting in front of their defenders? I'm not sure, to be honest. But hey, at least we're not doing as many long balls, which is something. And I mean, because the ball's not going out as much either, we're not seeing as many Stoke balls from bloody Delot, you know, throws that go halfway across the pitch. But there's an awful lot of sloppy passing and an awful lot of sloppy work here. Anyway, let's see how we end up doing in this particular game against Spurs. And Dogu scored a brace against PSV. Yes! Here's the thing when it comes down to Dogu that I don't understand. Amarin isn't wrong. Especially when you're looking at this game. I still argue at this particular point in time, Delot has been our best player on the pitch. That's not exactly saying much, but I think Delot has been our best player on the pitch. One of the reasons for that is he's been a bit more reserved, a bit more in control, and a bit more, you know, willing to hold the ball a bit. I think Dogu's biggest problem at the moment with United is he's very, 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 very excitable. This is not at all a fair comparison, at all, but it's the comparison I'll end up giving. Dogu reminds me of first season Cristiano Ronaldo in that he would just run with the ball till his legs would fall off and then inevitably get kicked in his arse, but he'd inevitably end up scoring. Another example is Dogu's kind of performs like Alejandro Garnacho, I suppose, if you wanted a fairer comparison. I think the current problem with Dogu is he's too excitable. As Amarin was saying, he seems to not be able to take control of a situation and think properly in a United shirt at the moment. Whereas when you watch him in international football, he's far more reserved. He's far more calm, you know? That could also be horseshit, but that's kind of how I feel about him at the moment. Oh my God. Fair fucking play to Bruno, but my God, man. What a shit goal. That is a crap goal. That is a crap goal. Now, to be fair, it's a crap goal because Bruno runs too far ahead. So it's Bruno's fault it's a crap goal. But fair play to him for working it back. And fair luck to him that... fair luck to him that the bloody goalkeeper makes a calamity of it. But, like, a good lot of work is done there. Cunha does a nice pass back that Bruno isn't ready for. Casemiro done a good interception in order to send the ball up to Cunha. Bruno ends up making the run, but runs slightly too much. It is bad on Cunha, the pass to the end of it, and he should have seen a bit more. But hey, that's horrific work by Johnson. Horrific work by Johnson. That's luck in of its highest order. But hey, you take what you can get. So here's the really funny thing about this one too, Maddie. United haven't in almost, I think it's almost 30 years, lost a game that they've been winning since the first half. So you can almost, if you were to follow, that truth, you'd almost guarantee that this is a United win now. That obviously that doesn't guarantee you the win. But like based on the content of probability of 30 years worth of patterns, we win this game now. And I mean, we have been significantly the better team, but yeah. God, that's Wolves' 30th concession of the season. Katie, I don't need any Christmas decorations. I am the only Christmas decorations that everyone ends up needing. Yeah, I don't know. I won't be putting any up, to be honest. There's nobody in my family that needs it, and the area I'm around is quite remote, so there's nobody that particularly cares about it. So yeah, I doubt I'll bother. And I know that makes me a Grinch, but Have you yours up yet, my friend? Today is the day when people end up putting up their Christmas decorations, though. Little Christmas. Yeah, I knew that record. That's an insane record. That's one that will never be broken. No, don't say never, my friend. That record will definitely be broken at some point in time. We're with the way we're performing, that record will definitely broken at some point in time. It just helps that Wolves are just so much worse that that you probably won't be seeing it in this game. We'll definitely break that record. Probably this year. But how is life treating you, Katie, anyway? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious, my friend? Oh my God, no. What a horrible goal to concede. Cunha should have scored there as well. And Amat should have scored there as well. Oh my God. Would that have been Cunha's first goal? Has Cunha scored a goal yet for us? I meant like broken by another team. We might end it ourselves, but I can't see another team beating that record. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, happy out. I can't wait to look forward to it anyway, because we should have had it before this. I love their first shot on target and the fecker scored. Oh, yeah. Sesko from Camrada. Against Brighton. Was that this season? Because I don't think we were in the lead at first half, were we? I think that record's still in place. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's been broken, but it wasn't broken at the start of this season. God, how far am I behind if there's a second goal? I don't think there is one, is there? Hmm. Anyway. It really should be. We really should be 3 or 4 up, to be honest, based on how this game is going. We've been very, clinically, we've been horrible. Oh, fuck off, game. Rashford for Doggo. His Doggo course in his first game back performs like crap. I don't think the shouts do anything again. They're also in a horrible position. Shouts being up there just feel bad. They should have just tacked on another fucking tab on this. Oh, tap in for Mount. Happy out. All good kings come to those that wait, I suppose. Just took me taking off Menu and putting in Buemu on and bloody Mount. And demanding more from them, I suppose. I wonder if it legitimately does nothing in this game, by the way, the shouts being included back in. I wonder if it is just interactivity. I didn't read the patch notes, so I don't know if it legitimately is just them diet pilling us. You bottling pieces of crap. Oh my god, Tottenham. That's unbelievable. We so do not deserve to win this game. I don't care that we have a 2.4 XG to their 0.8. We so don't deserve to win this game. They have bottled this game so hard. We're going to get another one, aren't we? Oh, that's unbelievable. Oh, did they fix the VAR? Nope. Nope. They haven't fixed the VAR. I have to say, actually, that United pink kit is bloody gorgeous for the goalkeeper. It's a really, really nice shade of pink. And the kind of darker pink undersleeve too is actually really nice as well. They've done a good job with the whole picture of that attire. Now it helps too that Lemens actually holds himself with a bit of character, so. Oof. Poirot, that has to be a red. That has to be a red. Surely. Well, the game doesn't know what it's at, so it's just decided to freeze. Yeah. I think so, anyway. I think it's a bloody nice kit. Now, to be fair, I'm also a massive fan of this black kit. It's the reason why I purchased the goddamn thing. I think this black kit is a gorgeous kit as well. Like, the black on yellow looks really, really good. Although it is funny that they're wearing this kit when it has yellow in its colouring and Wolves is black and yellow. Surely you'd think this would be a picture-perfect game to wear the white kit. If Cunha doesn't score in this game, he's going to feel so hard done by. He's been given so many bloody balls. He hasn't been able to put any of them away, but like he's been given so many of them. Oh yeah, of course I am, big man. You know, always having the nice old suckle and gish here. God, I have to figure out what happened to that pop-up. I have no idea why it keeps bloody breaking. But I have the wonderful joy of being an absolute guzzler of bloody aqua at the best of time anyway. Ishka, for those of you that know what the word ends up meaning. What's a crack-a-lackin' anyway to bounce? How is your evening treating you, my friend? That was a really good punch by Johnson. How's your head treating you? Ooh, yeah, you'll have to follow the rules in the chat there now. And the rules end up stating one of the things you need to end up doing is if you mention food, it must be shown in the Discord and the attack, the food section of the basement. This particular rule. I love that I added that rule. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure myself, Maddie. It bloody seemed like it, didn't it? It's a very suspect piece of officiating there that wasn't a handball by Abadou. Nice bloody work by Mbeumo. Is he going to give it? Ugh. I mean, he needed to get that. He needed to take that yellow card in Mbeumo, but it's annoying that he has it. He did need to take... Now, he lost the ball, to be fair, but he did need to take that yellow card. God, in the modern game, I'm actually surprised that wasn't considered for a red. If I'm on... Not that I think it's a red, but in the modern game, I'm shocked it wasn't considered. Yeah, no, especially not for kebabs, my friend. Especially not for kebabs. I have to say, one of the things I'm kind of shocked... Now, Molyneux isn't bad, but one of the things I'm kind of shocked clubs haven't done away with is when pitches have the incline. Molyneux isn't as bad as I've seen some of them. Molyneux's incline is only about that much. Bloody Old Trafford's incline is about that bloody much, and you fall into a fucking pit if you fall into the goddamn thing. I'm genuinely shocked that so many clubs have those pits on their raised pitches. Like, I can understand the point of a raised pitch so that it doesn't get waterlogged and all that elements to it. But that drop is so bloody dangerous when you're coming at actual speed. Because some of these players will be running at goddamn 20 kilometers per hour. Like, it has to be a bit of a hazard. Now, to be fair, I think Cunha was just clumsy, but that's a different conversation to be had. God, I don't think Wolves are even trying to get the forwards the ball. I think they're just hoofing the fucking thing and hoping it goes somewhere. Like, it genuinely doesn't even seem like they're trying to pass it to their forwards. It just seems like they're hoofing it. Yeah, that was a good pass. Well, that's a showcase of hoofing by Belgar right there. 11 million for making it through, for getting first. It's only 12 million for getting first in the league phase of the Champions League. Huh. I expected that to be much, much more. It's glad to see, too, that this particular performance graph is equal bluey as well. Hey, fair enough. If you don't want it, you don't want it. Jesus Christ, Cunya. I mean, you can say however you want to about Wolves being crap, and Wolves are crap. We're making them look actually decent. Like, they are just crap. But we're making them look actually somewhat decent. Well, it's interesting that it's sponsored by Copilot. Artificial intelligence is now becoming one of the main sponsors for the Premier League. That's an interesting interesting bloody thing to end up seeing. The thing that's going to put an awful lot of the Premier League viewers out of commission is sponsoring the goddamn thing. It's funny in a way. You know, it's funny. They're mentioning there that Wolves' next game is Arsenal. As daft as this concept even is, I genuinely wouldn't put it past them to get a point out of Arsenal. Because, like, they are just... They're not a good team, but, like... It just wouldn't shock me if they got something out of Arsenal. Now, to be fair, I need to remember... Is it not working? Oh, why is this not working? That's concerning. Do it off or something? I shouldn't do. Yeah, it's there. That one's working.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won
Ooh,
yet.
I'm scared.
I swear today is one of those days where things just want... When did they get a red card? Oh yeah, they did at the end of the game. I'm losing my goddamn mind today. Las Palmas signed Axel Tuanzebe. That's a lot of money for Axel Tuanzebe. Wow. Fair enough. For a second division side in the Congo, like 7.5 million is a surprising amount of money for them to spend. Today is one of those days where Wolves and United draw this game. It really isn't, Maddie. It really isn't. They don't look like the score in a month of Sundays. Now, to be fair, nor did we. But at the end of the day, we got our goddamn goal, so it doesn't actually matter now. But it really does not look like they're going to score. In my opinion, anyway. I could be wrong on that, but it just doesn't look like it. God, I love when this game does crap like this. Who would do it? Well, I mean, City would. But, like, that's a bonkers. That's insane. Oh, fuck it. I shouldn't have spoke. I shouldn't have spoke, Maddie. That's an unbelievable. That's unbelievable. The fuck? I wouldn't mind too. It's a very good goal. That's their first goal since October. That's their first goal since October. At this point, it's just the men's I feel sorry for. Never mind the United. Like... unbelievable. Like, it would make you cry. It would make you cry being a United fan sometimes. Like, to be fair, it's excellent play by them. It is excellent play by them. But at the same point in time, Delot should have had covered on them. Bruno was in the wrong spot. Bloody Luke Shaw wasn't defending properly. Like... meh. Just blech. I have time to put off the fucking game. That's hilarious. That's genuinely hilarious. There's a guy there in Wolves clothing with a big clown hat, and he looks exactly like Paddy Murphy. If you know, you know. I'm tempted to turn it off and just not watch the second half. I wouldn't blame you, to be honest, if I were you. This game would make you feel that way because we've been in control for most of the match and our goal was horse crap. But what's even worse about it is we should be 2-3 goals up anyway. And that's what I was saying. Cunha will feel hurt by himself that he hasn't done it more. Like, what Amarin should be doing now at halftime is just bollocking them for not sealing away their chances. It's just one of those situations where we definitely should be like way ahead of this. I suppose if everyone turned around and said no one's really surprised by this. So I suppose that's the other thing. No one's really surprised by the fact that we're this bad. Now, I will say, he has to come out and he has to bloody win. Now, the other thing too is, even if he does come out and win, that goal is a bloody is a career ender. That goal is a bloody shot in the head. Like that's an execution goal against Amern, to be honest. Whether or not he can survive it is another kettle of fish, but that's an execution goal. If he doesn't come back and win that game, that's an execution goal. Like, I genuinely think he mightn't leave Molyneux as the United manager if he doesn't end up picking up a win after this. Now, that's probably hyperbole, but, like, it doesn't feel like it. It genuinely doesn't feel like it. I suppose Ahmad is back. Villa are an important team. Fine, we'll chance our arm with Ahmad. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. And then because Ferguson's tired, we're going to put in Buemu there. We actually won't go with Ahmad since he's bloody tired too. Fine, well... Is there anyone else we can put there? Rashford, I suppose. I would want the whole team scrapped. Just sell the team and the only one team from Manchester in the Prem at this point. That's overblown the pudding, to be fair. I understand why you'd be annoyed about it, but that is over egging the pudding. Like, again, the thing about it is we should be 2-3 goals up. That's the big thing about it. We should be 2-3 goals up. It's not a situation of that we've been performing just crap in this game. We haven't actually been bad. It's just one of those situations where we should have this game dead. And it's just really, really sad that we don't. But it's also not surprising that we don't. You know? I can understand being disappointed. I can 100% understand it. But there's no point. There's no point yet in being over dramatic about it, because we'll see what ends up happening in the second half. Like, if we come out in the second half, guns a-blazing, and score in the first 5 minutes, everything's forgiven, that's fine, grand. Annoying that we were the team that conceded Wolves' first goal in 8 hours of gameplay. But, you know, screw it, who cares? They were going to get that goal eventually. Someone was going to give up that goal. Screw it, let's just do it. Fortnight with Raz and Lewis back. Happy out, Duck. Hope you end up enjoying it. Is that tonight, Duck? Or when did they end up doing that? I still have it downloaded from the time that I done it with the Owen himself, the digital himself. And I do plan on playing it a wee bit more, maybe on stream in the future as well, but we'll see. But, yeah, I haven't been in it in a bit. I will say that's a funny one. Someone turned around and said Angry Ginger be wishing that he stayed another week in the jungle. That's actually a really funny message to end up putting out. I haven't been watching that show, but I've seen clips of it. And I will say, him getting the chalk ice bar, finding out about the United results was bloody hilarious. Happy out. Oh, so you're doing it now? Oh, not too bad. Sure, that'll be a bit of crack for you. So that means you won't be getting an early night tonight, Duck. You'll be back to your bad sleeping patterns. Yeah, they're showing a replay there of the handball. Looking at it again, that's definitely a penalty. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. The game should be dead well before then, but that's definitely a penalty. We still have we still should have the game dead, but that's it. In my opinion, that's definitely a penalty. Just, you know, typical jokes of the officiating, I suppose. Cunha's back, but he's not 100% fit yet. We have the cat now, so we can put you on the bench for there. Coolaboola. So, yeah, I don't know how it's not a penalty. Typical PGMOL against United, you know. I mean, I have no problem with saying that it's the PGMOL against United. But I will just say the PGMOL have been shocking to fucking everybody this year. So I have absolutely no problem putting that down as bias towards United because it is, in my opinion, blatant. But they have been bonkersly bad to absolutely everybody. So, you know, you go with what you can and you see what ends up happening. It's just a joke. And it's been happening so goddamn much. Yeah, Ahmad should have had coverage there as well. So much defensive problems in our goal. Ah, God, it would annoy you. But we'll see what ends up happening. So long as we come out with a bit of piss and vinegar in the second half, I suppose we can make things right. I suppose that's a point, too, to end up making as well. Like, the formation we're playing is a 5-2-3. And we only have one clean sheet. Which is... Oh, shit. Please tell me that's not true. Please tell me that's not true. There's Emmanuel Agate coming on. That... Ooh. That's a choice if that's true. That's a choice. I mean, the way he's playing, that might be Amarin putting a second fucking bullet in the chamber. I don't want to be mean to any players, but crikey if that's true. So we just wait for this to load now. For some reason, it's taking quite a pretty nickel to get through this particular loading screen. I haven't had many problems today, but... Coolaboola. Aston Villa. Konza. Kumara. Torres. Yeah, they've replaced Emi Martinez again. Oh, they have Thiago Almera. They're playing Harvey Elliott over Thiago Almeida. That's a choice. Wow. Okay, fair enough. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Don't know why Holy crap, Harvey Elliott. What the hell has happened to you in the last year? 8 goals, 2 assists. What the hell has happened to you in the last year? Emmy Martinez has to be suspended or something. I can't understand why they'd end up putting Marco on instead of Emmy. Well, the Harvey Elliott one makes sense when you look at the stats, but crikey, they're good stats. Anyways. Yeah, give us a good showing, I suppose. The only player on the pitch with hierarchy is Lemens. Oh no, I was wondering. God damn it, game. Show you. Okay. Show your homework correctly. Okay, anyways. Let's continue on now. Get ourselves ready for this game. Oh, come on, game. I swear you're trying to annoy me now. Come on, hurry up. Did he actually come on? I don't know if he did. I just seen a report that he might be. I don't think he did. I think Academy Scoop was just trolling. Yeah, Jason Barada, or Barada, Wilcox, and bloody Radcliffe are all shouting on the bloody side as well. So, you know, wouldn't want to be hammering after this if it doesn't continue to go on. Supposedly they're shouting up in the stands. Bruno taken down straight away too, which is interesting to see. If the shouts end up working as good as they did, the berating doesn't work as well as it used to, because it used to do phenomenally well in the first half. Could berate some of them into the game into the start, and it got a bit of action out of them. Cunha's starting to piss me off a bit with his shots. I'll be honest, like he needs to actually try and aim some of the shots near the goddamn goal. Okay. Is outnumbered by the attackers. We need more defensive players in our out of position shape to avoid falling behind. Well, I suppose we could do that, or we could just score more goals. Of course, John McGinn coming out of the gate with a fantastic performance as well. And this is the second game in a row where Dogu's not having a good game. Second game in a row, Dogu. So Patrick Dogu comes off anyways. And probably gets thrown into a fucking microwave never to be used again. I'm going to have to move Rashford over. Do that. I suppose now we go with Ahmad. Go with Ferguson up there. No bother, Senior Duck. Have a fantastic night yourself. It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope you enjoy the FM and end up getting some nice kills in with the lads. Let us know how it ends up going, and I'll chat you in the near future, my friend. So make sure the crack is 90 and have a good old time, my friend. Okay, so can we get something out of this now? Start of the second half. Not if you're losing the ball that bloody easily, we won't. Okay. Down there, Euro to Delict. Delict to Heaven. Up to Rashford. Menu. To Rashford. To Bruno. To Ferguson. Nice goal for Evan Ferguson. Comes on for Sesko, who wasn't performing particularly good. Tony, I ended up starting with United. I originally ended up putting this up as a beta save to end up learning the game and see the differences that they ended up putting into place. And I've just been continuing it since. We might end up changing it later on to do something else later on. I'm still finding the game a little bit buggy. So until I am confident that if I do a regular save, the game isn't going to crap its internal organs out on me, I'm going to continue with this one for a wee bit longer. And then we'll see what ends up happening. The ultimate plan was to potentially do something like a... unemployed to greatness. Yeah, from the crack to the ashes, but we'll see what ends up happening. Well, that's the way you want the second half to start, isn't it, Matty? And to be fair, of all of the players, I know it's a shame because he's heading off to the AFCON, but of all of the players that needed it, I think Mbeumo needed it more than anyone else. Cunha, I think, does need one as well. I think Cunha definitely needs one as well. But at the end of the day, a goal is a goal is a goal, and I will not end up being angry at the fact that Wolves, again, through defensive malfeasance, ends up getting us a goal. Like, Dalot does a very nice pass up to Mbeumo. Again, I still think Dalot has been one of the best players on the pitch. Got to be kidding me with this absolute fucking crap. It's like one good happens and one bad ends up happening in my goddamn life. But I'm happy for Brian Ibuemu. He definitely needed it. Yeah, we looked the better team from the start of the half, but we keep going and not backing off like we did for the first goal. Now, let's just hope, now that we have this goal, we don't become defensive and we actually keep going with offense and we don't let it go to invite pressure on, because I think that's kind of what happened in the first half, that we just let the pressure come onto us. Ahmad, what the fuck are you at? We're going to draw this goddamn game again. Ah! Absolute horse crap. Well, Bellegarde's going off. That's unfortunate for him. Yeah, that's the last thing Wolves needed, one of their actual better players, because Bellegarde has looked good the entirety of this game. Having him go off is actually a big, big loss for them, because he's actually looked good the entirety of the game for them. I'm done. I'm done with the fucking game. An update and it's at this crap again. Okay, I'm going to swap over to something else. For those of you on everything else, I'm going to finish up and I'm just going to continue on with the Twitch stream. If you want to end up continuing with me, come over to Twitch and I'll end up chatting to you later. I'm not dealing with this, so I'll chat to you all later and come over to the Twitch if you want to. I'm not in the goddamn mood for this.